Oh snap, welcome back to the channel, y'all. The Mystery Project. My name's Patrick. If you like true crime, breaking news, all kinds of stuff, we talk about all of it here, y'all. Hit that subscribe button, would ya? Hit the subscribe button. Hit the little bell icon. What do you do on YouTube? I don't even know anymore. Do all the things. Oh shit, and of course I'm gonna screw it up by forgetting to mute the damn other stream. Imagine that. I hate when I do that. Alright, y'all. New format on YouTube. What do y'all think about this? You know, I'm constantly trying to upgrade, upscale, make it cooler for you guys. Thanks for all the stuff over on TikTok, too. I see y'all coming in with puppy dogs and all kinds of stuff. We need 100 of those things. But y'all, check it out. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're digging this little layout a little bit better. I think it looks pretty dang cool. All right, let's jump in, y'all. Lori Vallow, she was in court. Lori Vallow in court. What? I know. So apparently they're trying to she was trying to get her mental health evaluation canceled. Let's find out what happened, shall we? Let's do this.
All right, I set the status conference pending a hearing at the Rule 11 court last week. So what's the status, counsel?
Oh, hell. By the way, TikTok, thumbs up. Can you guys hear that all right?
Yes, Your Honor. And just to briefly put on the record, what we didn't put on the record was we had requested to seal this hearing because it does discuss sensitive information. I understand the prior court's ruling, but just to have on the record that we did request that it be sealed. So where we're at with, we had a hearing, an initial Rule 11 hearing with Commissioner Mortarosian. He had received the reports. One of those reports is competent. The other doctor indicated she wasn't able to make a report even though she had done a records review. Commissioner Mortarosian, from my understanding, was willing to stipulate to competency based on the one report. Even though Ms. Vallow wasn't present, it's outside their normal process to stipulate to competency if a defendant's not there. But given the unique circumstances, he was, at least it was my understanding, he was willing to do that. However, the state objected, wanting Dr. Hernandez's report. So what I would like to do is go back over the LeCount case because I think it's completely on point with case law and where we're at with this case.
Oh, hell.
So when we started with you, I believe it was on November 6th.
Is it just me or does she sound like nervous as hell?
You had indicated that you were willing, at least inclined, to withdraw prior counsel's Rule 11 motion until Ms. Vallow indicated that she wanted to represent herself. We brought up the LeCount case. I went back through that case pretty thoroughly, and I'm just going to kind of walk through it. That case starts off with that Ms. Vallow has an absolute right to represent herself, and then it goes into what has to be established before she can represent herself. She has to show a sufficient mental capacity to understand the nature of the dispute, formulate a defense, and engage with court, counsel, all of the people in the cases.
Y'all, and if you're just tuning in, you're like, who the heck is this lady? Lori Vallow. Remember, she was the one in Utah with Chad Daybell, and they found the kids buried in Chad's yard and everything like that, JJ and Tylee. Remember that? And then her brother passed away of mysterious circumstances. Mysterious circumstances. And her fourth husband did too. Third husband, I think, as well. You remember? Yeah. Ooh, Lindsay! Thanks for the goose. Y'all appreciate it. Y'all hit me with a little goose action. Duck, duck, goose. Hit me with these things. What is this that we're trying to get? That's my life thing. But yeah, so she had a hearing today about, or it might have been yesterday actually, but it was about her mental health evaluation. So I guess she has to have a mental health evaluation. Because I think, aren't they trying to make it to where she doesn't go to prison, but she goes to a hospital? I think I heard that. Let's keep going.
The court can look at, the court has to look at some evidence in order to make that finding of putting her in Rule 11 before allowing her to represent herself. But there has to be a history of irrational behavior, some medical opinion documenting incompetency.
I mean, there is a history of irrational behavior.
You what?
But, I mean, that's basically anybody that takes the life of somebody else. That's irrational behavior.
How dare you?
So, you know.
Or something else, and the defendant's demeanor. So the court has to find reasonable grounds. And that doesn't include an uncooperative attitude. You have to have a reasonable doubt as to her competency before we can place her in Rule 11. And the last part of LeCount talks about potentially just doing a preliminary evaluation and maybe getting one report before moving into a full Rule 11 evaluation. So I'm going to walk through what we have in this case. Again, she has an absolute right to represent herself.
She's got like a, you know what I mean?
She has the sufficient mental capacity to understand the nature of the dispute, formulate a defense. We've now had a couple of conversations. We believe that she's able to do that, so we are vowing to the court that.
Oh, Missy, thank you. Yeah, okay, so this isn't even in Idaho. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. This has got to be in Arizona where she's facing charges for what happened to Charles Vallow.
Bruh.
Sorry. I had a bit of a moment there, but I think we've figured it out. Yeah, you guys are right. Yep. See? Can't get anything by me.
She's able to do that. So far, there's been no history. The state and your honors had this case for almost a year. You've had chances to see Ms. Vallow in court. To my understanding, there's been no history of irrational behavior. We now have a medical opinion from Dr. McGady who says that she's competent. There's been nothing else in her
Did
development.
that doctor meet with her?
He spoke with her briefly. He didn't do a full evaluation, but he did speak with her. He did do a records review. I will point out his records review, his report, he kind of summarized what all of us have been saying was that maybe the Rule 11, and I don't want to get into previous counsel's thoughts, but Your Honor told us last court that you weren't really sure that you should have put her in Rule 11. We then showed up and said, we don't think this should be here. Dr. McGady's report, he did a review of CHS records and basically said maybe this stemmed from a disagreement. So again, uncooperative behavior doesn't equal incompetency. Again, she hasn't displayed any irrational behavior. You have Dr. McGady's report. As far as
my word.
waiting around for Dr. Hernandez to do a report, we have concerns about that. She's already wrote a letter to the court indicating she's watched movies about this prior to being appointed. She's gone outside of what my understanding of typical Rule 11. If you have a client in Rule 11, they refuse to talk to the doctor. The defense attorney shows up at that initial 11 hearing, says, I've now gone and spoke to my client. They didn't really fully understand. Now they're going to cooperate with the doctor. Then the doctor goes back out a second time. We've spoke to lots of attorneys in our office. We've spoke with our attorney who's in Rule 11 regularly. It's very rare that a doctor attempts to go back out to speak with a client a second time. Normally, I would never advise a client to not speak in Rule 11. However, we are defense attorneys. That is Rule 101. Your client shouldn't talk. And in this particular circumstance, we are saying we don't think she needs to be in Rule 11. So,
Oh my
I don't
God.
think waiting around for Dr. Hernandez is going to get us anywhere. We certainly don't need it to meet all of the evidence that is required in the count. And I think one other, the last thing is, we don't see this with the state. How often do we?
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Like, what is she talking about? I mean, like, I don't understand any of it. I didn't even know the first 2 minutes of her talking. I didn't even know they were in Arizona.
You what?
Holy hell, let's keep
See
going.
the state trying to keep a client into Rule 11 proceedings. So we now have Your Honor, who was concerned about the Rule 11 and didn't necessarily think it was appropriate. We have said that. Dr. McGady has now said that. Commissioner Motorosian, who was willing to stipulate to her competency. All of these people who are saying we believe she's competent, you should withdraw Rule 11, withdraw previous counsel's Rule 11, allow Ms. Vallow to be pro per. If at some point you or the state see something.
How many public defenders has she had in Arizona?
That is concerning. We can certainly put her in Rule 11 again. Competency is fluid. Again, we've never seen the state fight to keep
Competency is fluid?
You what?
What?
someone in competency proceedings. It's usually the complete opposite. That's all.
By the way, TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. We're listening to Lori Vallow's not trial, what's it called? Hearing about her mental health evaluation. And this is from her down in Arizona, where she's facing what happened with Charles Vallow, the third husband, right? No, the fourth husband. The fourth husband. Because Chad Daybell was the fifth husband. So y'all hit that follow button. And if you want to see this video, you can actually watch the videos with us. We're live on YouTube as well. So it's the Mystery Project over there, y'all. So come on over and say hi. The Mystery Project. Come subscribe. And check out the new layout, y'all. You like it? Hit the thumbs up button. YouTube. You like it?
All I have.
Okay. Well, is a big distinction from the LeCount case in this defendant's case, because according to prior counsel's motion for Rule 11, she was previously found incompetent in another jurisdiction and put into some sort of restoration process.
And then found competent and tried.
Correct.
All we're saying is that where we're at right now, you asked us to come back and give you some evidence of competency. I think we have more than provided that at this point. And at this point, we're just delaying any speedy trial rights, any fundamental right to represent herself.
She's going to try to represent herself?
It's your turn.
If she were allowed to represent herself prior to that, I'd have to go through a colloquy with her and get some information, and based on that information, could still refer her for a Rule 11, depending on her answers to those questions.
Sure, and that was supposed to be my last point, was we haven't even done that colloquy with her. So let's do that and see where we end up.
All right. Well, ma'am, I am going to ask you a series of questions, and that could inform what happens next. Have you previously in any other criminal proceeding
Oh, this is her, y'all. This is going to be Lori talking.
been referred for a competency determination?
Yes, previously.
All right. And will you ever
Damn, why does she still sound like she's 16?
previously determined to be incompetent at any point?
Not to my understanding. So my understanding was that the judge did the same thing that you did, in abundance of caution. Let's go ahead and put her in and see, and I came out competent.
Well, when you say you came out competent, was there a period of time where you were ruled as incompetent?
I would say technically they did do that. That's how they put you into the program in that state. Correct.
How long were you in that program?
I was in that program for about 10 months.
Okay. And what types of things did they give you classes? What types of things did they speak to you about where you went through some process where you were later deemed competent?
I did go through a process of several things, several classes, competency class, and meeting with doctors and evaluators, many evaluators.
Are you aware of any diagnosis that you were given?
Yes.
And what is that?
We're going to object to that, especially with this being public and not sealed.
It's not relevant to this determination.
Okay, well then.
This was almost 2 years
okay.
ago.
Then I'm going to keep her in the Rule 11 process to determine that. And
Approach and discuss with you without it being on the without public, on the record, but not public?
you mean as far as the diagnosis?
Yes.
Sure.
Or, I don't know how.
See, don't worry, y'all. I got you back. I cut out all the silence because it was like a few minutes of just like, you know, where you can't hear anything. I got you. Yeah, we want to know what that was, huh?
All right. All that was on the record. The court reporter took it down despite the white noise.
But it was sealed for the public.
What was that?
That part was sealed.
I haven't sealed anything yet, but I can.
Ooh, what you whispering? She said, what's that the way you said it? That judge is not having any of it. Look how mad he look. He's like, you want to come tell the whole class? You want to come tell the whole class?
All right. I'm inclined to keep Ms. Vallow in the Rule 11 process based on the prior attorneys. I understand these attorneys today disagree with the prior attorney's assessment. But because of that conflicting viewpoint, I think I need to let the Rule 11 process play out. So do you want anything additional you want to put on the record regarding that?
There's a couple of, can I just have a moment to?
Sure.
Oh, what she said later about the judge? Oh, snap. What are they saying? Ashley, Jennifer, thank you. Y'all hit me with those. Let's get it. Cheryl, the YouTube is The Mystery Project. TikTok, hit that follow button too, by the way. Tap the screen like crazy, hit that follow button. YouTube, hit the thumbs up button. Let's get 100 likes. We have like 20 likes, y'all. What? Come on, you guys. Come on. Yeah, isn't that next? Ooh, while they're whispering. Jennifer, thank you. Susie, thank you.
I think last part is we haven't finished the colloquy, so if we can just finish that, just so that's on the record, and then we don't have anything to add after that.
Okay. I don't see why this would produce a significant delay. If your client comes back competent, last time you were here, you mentioned needing a lot of time to be ready. But I just want you to think about this, and maybe you want to brief it, is if she represents herself, I don't think she should be forced to waive time in order for advisory council to be ready. I think she can go to trial as soon as she's ready if she's representing herself. And I don't know if you disagree with that. And you don't have to address it today.
We don't have to brief her at all. We agree with the court's conclusion that's if she were going to proceed to trial.
Jennifer, thank you so much.
That's the chance she takes going forward. We would always prepare ourselves as the best as possible under the circumstances, but that shouldn't factor into the decision as to whether someone represents themselves.
I agree.
Put those sentence bounds on that, if that's what the court's thinking. I'm not saying it is, but.
No, you had thrown it out last time that you would need a significant amount of time to be ready, even if she represented herself. And when I was reflecting on that, I was thinking that I didn't know the case. So I'm glad that we're on the same page on that.
before the court goes forward with what I believe it's going to do, I would like the court to make a factual finding and a legal conclusion as to why the court feels it has the authority to do what's doing and the facts that support that.
All right, I think I already have repeatedly.
I would ask the court to do that again, so it make this perfectly clear for the record.
All right. Her prior attorneys requested a Rule 11 based on their observations. In their motion, they cite that she's, in their opinion, suffering from some form of delusions. Next, she's been previously
Jennifer, thank you.
in their motion found incompetent in another jurisdiction and went through a restoration process. By her own account here today, she was in that for approximately 10 months, which seems, I know it's a different jurisdiction and it's a different standard, and but it seems that anyone that's in that process for 10 months is a significant period of time before they're determined to be competent to stand trial. So based on those factors, I think there's definitely enough to continue with the Rule 11 process. All right.
One concern.
Go ahead.
Defense counsel has pointed out that they are not happy with the appointment of Dr. Hernandez. Dr. Hernandez did not go outside of the record to review anything. She indicated she had seen something on TV regarding the defendant, and it did not affect anything she was going to do in this case. However, if defense counsel is not comfortable with Dr. Hernandez being appointed, perhaps the court could appoint a different doctor. Most importantly, Judge, specifically due to the basis of the finding of incompetency in Idaho that we just found out today, I think it's incredibly important that the doctors actually speak to the defendant, because the records from the jail may not bring up the issues unless they're specifically discussed. So the doctors would, of course, inquire into those areas knowing that that is of possible concern. So it is incredibly important that the defendant cooperate and speak to the doctors. Defense counsel did indicate that it's
Y'all, basically Rule 11 means that she's going to enter a plea of guilty, or did enter a plea of guilty, but the defense is trying to say that her competency, they're trying, because the previous defense team was saying that she wasn't competent when she said that. If you're not competent when you say that, then you can be like, oh no, never mind, I didn't do this. Is basically what they're saying. And now she's trying to say she doesn't want to talk to that doctor to be able to rule that her competency is there and that she isn't, she yeah, it's crazy as hell. But she's already going to spend her life in prison for what happened in Idaho. So, yeah, no, it's just craziness. Let's keep going. This is almost over, and then we got a crazy one to talk about after this, too.
To stipulate to one doctor. That is not the case. I have been doing this for 20 years. It's not what we do. We are protecting the record, Judge, so that we don't come back on appeal for ineffective assistance of counsel when they say it should have been evaluated and it wasn't.
Can I add one last point? And again, this is going to go on for a little bit longer. Even if she does go to trial in February, this case is going to go on for some time. Everybody in this courtroom is going to have an opportunity to see Ms. Vallow, to talk with her. And if there are any issues about protecting the record, it can also be done then. I understand this might be a little bit more convenient, but what we are saying is at this point, it's not necessary.
Okay. Are you requesting a different evaluator?
Yeah, we were going to, yes.
All right.
We're going to do that with Rule 11.
We thought the Rule 11 doctor had to do it, so we weren't going to bring it up.
I think I can do it. What was the name of the one?
Dr. Camille Hernandez is the doctor, and we would request that Dr. McGady be ordered to visit the defendant again because of this unique circumstances. He did indicate in his report that his opinion was not as sure as it could be had he been able to interview the defendant. So the state would request that Dr. McGady reevaluate the defendant with an interview, and that this court order the defendant to cooperate to the best of her ability.
Do you want?
Damn, she laughed at that. Did y'all see that?
We're clearly going down the rabbit hole at this point. We're getting far afield from what the court's concerns are, that she's able to represent herself. Now we're discussing all of the things that are relevant to Rule 11, which I'm indicating to the court aren't necessarily probative of what you need to understand in order to make a determination whether she can represent herself. If she doesn't want to talk to the doctor, she doesn't have to talk to the doctors. That's pretty straightforward and clear.
Did Linda
You're
have
not
an
requesting a specific doctor be appointed in place of Hernandez. You're talking about McGady was the one that found her competent.
Correct, but was not secure in his findings. So we would just request that, and then
Go, the judge got real close to the mic
if you
right there.
just notified the Forensic Services Unit, they will appoint another doctor that does in-custody evaluations, and she can be evaluated pretty quickly.
This is crazy as hell.
One last thing, Judge, we never asked, did the court read the, basically, file a motion to reconsider, including the both reports? Did the court read those?
Read what?
The reports.
I haven't seen any reports. No.
We filed a motion to reconsider with the reports attached. I think the court probably should have reviewed those before we had.
You filed a motion to reconsider what?
We filed it under seal.
When was it filed? Are you talking about the motion to reconsider your motion to withdraw Rule 11?
Yes, that we hand delivered last week, I guess it was.
Okay, I issued a ruling that said there was nothing to reconsider because I had neither granted nor
We weren't sure what.
denied the motion to reconsider, or the motion to withdraw.
When we left court last time, the court indicated that it would like additional information to make a determination. That's what we provided to the court via those reports that the court asked for. You asked for those reports. We objected to going back to Rule 11, but it was.
I don't know. To me, this seems like a gigantic waste of time. This seems like some kind of crazy red tape, just nonsense. The lady was found guilty of taking the lives of 2 kids. Okay? She's competent. All right? She's crazy as hell, but competent. She knew what she was doing. She did it. She knew what she was doing to Charles, and she did it. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And the fact that she doesn't just come out and say it, yep. I'm going to spend my life in prison anyways. And I did it. And I did this too. Like, at this point, like, what are you doing? Nobody, Lori Vallow, nobody cares about you. Your entire family has, Spiritual Diamond, thank you for that. Your entire family has basically disowned you. You are going to spend the rest of your life in prison. Like, you're just a number now. You're just something that our tax dollars have to keep alive until you take your last breath. That's all you are. So why go through all this craziness? Like, what do you think? You gonna get the Los Angeles Innocence Project to come check you out next? I highly doubt it. It's crazy. Ruck, thank you for gifting a membership. Thank you. YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. We're about to be on the second one. And TikTok, hit the follow button if you're new here. And do me a favor and do something cool. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, we hit the puppy dog things. I'll switch it. Thank you. You guys are awesome. All right, let's keep it going. This one's almost over too, y'all. Don't worry.
Determined at some point that there may be some outstanding reports. That's why we set this hearing. That's why we sent you the reports so you could review them before this hearing.
Okay, I've reviewed both reports.
See, I saved you some time there. I cut off the time where he was reviewing stuff. Yeah. Just Kimber, thank you.
All right, the court will appoint a new evaluator through Forensic Services Unit and replace or withdraw Camille Hernandez. I'm not going to order McGrady to go re-interview her. He gave his opinion. If he didn't feel like he had enough to make his opinion, he shouldn't have made his opinion. The state often relies on these opinions as is, so I don't see why this case should be treated differently than is normally treated. So he made his opinion based on the records review and his brief interaction with Ms.
Yeah, dude said, hey, he came in and said he did it, so he did it. Delinda, thank you. Bailey, thank you. Spiritual Diamond, thank you. You guys are the best.
Vallow or Daybell. So I don't know how, once I make that appointment, how quickly they schedule those.
Within a few days, I believe.
Okay. So if is found competent on the second evaluation or opinion, we should be set back here in short order, and we'll talk about where we're going to go next. Is there anything else?
No, I think we just wanted to make sure on the record, so you're denying our motion to withdraw and then ordering that she complete the Rule 11 process.
Yeah, I think that's the safest course of action for the purpose of appeal issues, and once we started it, I think we just need to finish it.
Say what?
Anything else from the defense?
That's what because we have a court
She
date
is with the say what.
with Rule 11, December, I think, December 5th.
Oh, hell. Oh, hell. Stacy, new stuff. Yeah, so this is her in Arizona facing charges for what happened to Charles.
So I think that would be enough time for this.
Well, next week, is it next week that's a short
Yeah,
week?
it's a short week.
I agree with you.
And y'all know why it's a short week next week?
You what?
It's Thanksgiving already. Isn't that crazy?
I think that date should
Bailey, thank you. Spiritual Diamond, thank you.
still work, and if she is deemed competent and the parties stipulate to
Gee, I wonder, is she going to be deemed competent? Oh, my God.
competency, you can contact my judicial assistant and we can set it in short order on this calendar.
And just, is the state, just so we're clear, is the state going to be willing at that point then to agree
Bailey,
to-
thank you.
she's
Spiritual
competent?
Diamond, thank you.
Because assuming that the state will stipulate to that,
I don't know. I guess it depends on what the report says. I mean, I agree with you that sometimes the state does stipulate on one report, but there's not a requirement that they have to, so I can't force that stipulation, but I guess we'll see what happens on the next one.
I think the absurd end result here is if the state doesn't want to stipulate, then we're going to have a hearing where the defense is basically saying she's competent, and then the state's insisting that she's not competent?
I don't know. I guess you're going to have to wait to see what the next report says. All right, anything from the state?
No good.
All right, we'll be recessed on this matter. Oh, wait.
Joyce, thank you.
Prior counsel, since we're here, prior counsel filed a motion to compel.
yeah.
The state just filed a response.
Well, since we're in Rule 11, isn't everything suspended?
Well, were you going to file, were you urging that motion that prior defense counsel filed, and are you going to file a reply? That's all I really want to know.
We're still reviewing that, Judge. Obviously, we just have to catch up on all the stuff.
Okay.
And
Bailey,
also in
thank you.
terms of
Delinda, thank you.
if Daybell's going to represent herself, that would be something she might want to respond to instead of us. All the deadlines should be stayed because of Rule 11. I realize the state had a deadline that they'd asked for an extension, and that's why they filed it. But the reply obviously will come after the Rule 11 process.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah, so I think maybe if we could ask for the 3-day reply deadline to start when we figure out where we're at in this process.
That's fair. That's fine. Okay, we'll be at recess.
Oh, hey, Lori Vallow. Oh my gosh, what you doing? Gigantic waste of time, it seems like. But, I mean, they got to get justice for Bailey. Thank you. Got to get justice for Charles. All right, y'all. Let's talk about this girl. Oh, my God.
How dare you?
This one is crazy. I'm going to hit play and let the video start. Yeah. That girl right there, YouTube. Are y'all ready for this one? YouTube, hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Hit the thumbs up button for me. TikTok, do all the same things. This girl, she's 23 years old, I think it was. 22 or 23 years old. She's in her 20s. And she's pretending to be a 14-year-old homeschooled girl so that she can date, if you catch my drift,
Why is it spicy?
date 13 and 14-year-old dudes.
How dare you?
Crazy as hell. This is like the body cam footage and like all kinds of crazy stuff. So TikTok, thank you. Oh, Dylan, thank you for the hearts. The YouTube channel is The Mystery Project, Joyce. So just search The Mystery Project. And you can see this because this is going to be a lot of body cam footage and that kind of stuff. So y'all come over. The Mystery Project. Here we go.
This girlfriend, not your daughter? Okay. Have you contacted your parents?
That's Alyssa Zinger, a former grocery store bakery worker sitting in a holding area with her teenage boyfriend. The problem? She was 21 and the boy was 13.
Oh, man, you crazy as hell for that one. 13?
They have to do their job. Are you really? It's their job to do. We'll explain everything that's going on in a minute. Okay, you'll understand. I know what they want. They want pictures of her room to see the walls and see, say, oh, this is the room she did again, and that's it. Do you have anything on you?
Zinger faces a number of crimes charges. I have the body camera videos not seen until now. Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. I've told you about Alyssa Zinger a couple of times. She faces serious charges in Tampa, Florida. She's accused of posing as a homeschooled 14-year-old girl so she could have with 5 boys who were either 13 or 14 years old. The investigation started more
Are you crazy as hell for that
than
one?
a year ago in October of 2023. Tampa police said they got a tip that Zinger was having an inappropriate relationship with a boy. A police report said Zinger sent 2 videos of 2 teens, a 14-year-old and a 13-year-old, having sex to other people on Snapchat. The 13-year-old
Oh, man, you crazy as hell. They delete everything. Snapchats disappear. Yeah, but charges don't, you idiot.
boy told police that he met Zinger on Snapchat. His name is redacted from the document. He said he was on Snapchat when he was 13 years old. He stated the defendant engaged him in a conversation on the social media platform, which was how they primarily communicated through their relationship.
Oh, hell, if you primarily communicate with your relationship on Snapchat, there's your first problem.
How dare you?
Oh, no, that is crazy as hell. Susan, yes, we do still cover Micah Miller. Actually, the last few days we were doing Micah Miller updates and stuff like that. If you go on the YouTube channel, it's all like if you go to the live stream tab and the videos tab, there's quite a bit of stuff that we watched. In fact, today even, I think 2 of them premiered. Yeah, The Mystery Project on YouTube. You guys come check it out.
He stated they met at the end of May 2023 and dated through the middle of September 2023. The boy stated he believed she was approximately 14 years old and homeschooled. However, he stated she physically seemed older than her age. The boy mentioned an incident back in July.
She physically seemed older than 14 years old. Dear God. Man, you crazy as hell.
Where he and the defendant were detained in a store at International Plaza for theft.
Oh yeah, they were trying to steal from like a Nordstrom or something like that. And then she gets caught and they're like, what's your name? Because they keep pulling up a 21-year-old. And she's like, no, that's my half-sister. That ain't me. That's my half-sister. We got different middle names.
that incident, they couldn't locate her information, but did for a 21-year-old female. He disclosed that he and the defendant had been physically intimate, alluding to a relationship.
Oh, God, man, you crazy as hell.
So the boy mentioned that incident in July where he and Alyssa Zinger had been detained at a Nordstrom store for shoplifting. The boy described how he took things from the store. Then the officer spoke to Alyssa Zinger.
So this girlfriend not your daughter? Okay. Have you contacted your parents? Yeah. Okay. Well, I gotta try to contact them.
That's crazy too, because she's telling him that she's 14 right there, and so she's not gonna get arrested for shoplifting. They're just gonna call the parents.
14. Yeah. So unless they tell me that I could release him, which I'm sure they will, but I just
He read my text.
for legality purposes. I mean, if you want to reach out to him just so I could speak with him, just obviously, you know, it's gonna come with liability to me if anything was to happen. I understand that. But for my job and my purposes, I need to confirm that because you're a juvenile. So once your parents tell me that
See, you crazy as hell right
they're
there.
okay with you going with
You're not
them,
a juvenile.
perfectly fine. Okay.
You are crazy.
Straight to voicemail.
The officer then takes Alyssa Zinger's name, date of birth, address, and her parents' name, but he can't reach Alyssa Zinger's parents. But the
probably
officer
gave him a
asks
fake-
Alyssa Zinger an interesting
Probably give him a wrong number.
question about whether she has a half-sister.
You have a sister named Alyssa? A half sister. Okay, but you don't have the same middle name, I'm assuming. What?
I don't have anyone else that
You don't have anybody else? Not even like your own self that you know exactly who they brought up, and you're just playing crazy?
I'm gonna document that you're going home with them. I tried to get in contact with your parents. You made efforts, so like I said, it's just for liability reasons. So you're Alyssa. What's your middle name? Just Alyssa Zinger. Okay. All right.
Like my mom was already gonna come pick me up at his house, so they already made my stuff upstairs.
So a 21-year-old named Alyssa Zinger came up in the system when the officer looked up the name, and Alyssa Zinger told the officer, "That's my half-sister, same name." And the officer believed her. Eventually, the officer allowed Zinger to go home with the teenage boy and his dad.
Man, you crazy as hell.
So Alyssa, you're gonna go home with.
They blur out their faces, but they don't blur out their face in the reflection on the window, y'all.
Do you have any questions? No? We're not gonna do this again? Sure? Dad told me you make money and you could spend $100. Right? All right, man, this is one shot. You get one shot to do this program. After this, there's no more. So let's just make smart choices, okay? All right, sir. Take care.
So back to the investigation about Alyssa Zinger. In October 2023, as I mentioned, Tampa police received the tip about Zinger allegedly circulating the video of the boy having with a teenage girl. On November 24th of last year, Tampa police went to Alyssa Zinger's parents' home to seize her cell phone.
Yes, the detective said nobody can go in the house.
Okay.
So
That's weird because I talked to my
That's her mom and dad right there.
lawyer and he says, you guys aren't under arrest. You guys aren't
there's a search warrant for that. She told me she got a search warrant and nobody's allowed in the house.
for the phone or for my home.
Nobody's allowed in the house.
was in the house, so that.
Right. So that's why I came over because, yeah, I know it's your house, but we can't let you go in the house.
We've been, like he knows, completely 100% cooperative in
No, I
every
understand.
way, shape or form, but we want to make sure that you guys are doing the right thing too.
No, absolutely.
And first off,
And we have body cameras, so your lawyer can request anything.
perfect. And first off, like I said, we've from the get-go have been doing nothing but being 100% cooperative.
Right, but the detective called me and said they're on the way to you.
Yeah.
They cannot go in the house.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
Police wouldn't allow Zinger's parents to enter the home until a detective arrived with a warrant.
We're not
Oh,
in the chase.
hell.
We're not running, so.
but that's where we're at. I know it sucks. but-
This situation sucks. Me not going in my home right now, that's the
I know
least of my worries. I got a beautiful young daughter that's in this is going to be happening. She's got a lot of problems, and
You're not going to try to blame it on the 14-year-old. We go, oh, my daughter, she got a lot of problems.
Mental issues and stuff, and it just sucks that, I don't know if you have kids, but.
Yeah, we have 2 kids. I have 2 kids, yeah.
You can imagine.
I'm sorry to hear that, by the way. So.
I mean, she got messed up with the wrong kid, you know, even though he's.
The 21-year-old grown woman, got messed up with the wrong 14-year-old kid.
A lot younger. He is, put it this way, my daughter, my wife works for the federal government, 38 years, never been in trouble in her life.
Your wife works for the federal government?
Not a single.
That's a crazy way of saying she's like a mail lady or something like that. You know what I mean? Because technically, if you work for the post office, you work for the federal government.
Thing.
Or the DMV. She probably works at the DMV.
Daughter, the same thing. Me.
I don't know. I have no clue.
Stupid little shit when I was a kid. But we're good, honest people, hardworking people. And she just.
Then why, I mean.
She never been in trouble in her life or nothing, but she met.
That you know about, that she got caught.
Kid, and even though he's young, that's why we're in this situation. She never been in trouble in her life until she was 13. And this kid's like insane.
Alyssa Zinger's father claims the teenage boy he's referring to fired a gun at people near a river. And he suggests that despite his daughter being older, the teen boy was a bad influence on her.
Like I said, my daughter's never been in trouble in her life. This kid is 14 years old. He's got girls at his house videotaping them,
God.
And shitty. And my daughter's 21 or 22. She was a virgin until she was 21. We got.
You what?
She was a what until she was 21? I don't know. Something tells me. Heck, you lying. Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying. But I could be wrong. I don't know these people. This is all for jokes and entertainment. Purposes only. But who knows? Let's continue, shall we?
This kid being a freaking, this is unbelievable.
I don't know the details or anything.
What's the gist of it?
Well, child, thank you.
Absolutely. I'm sure it's a terrible situation.
The detective went into the home to seize the phone. The video is blurred once inside, and the phone appeared to be out of battery.
I think it looks like it has airplane mode on, I think. Go up, I think, Jim? No, yeah. What is that? Oh, is that the...
Her phone was out of battery? That's a shocker. Ladies, your phones are always out of battery.
Emotional damage.
How many of you are low on battery right now? Put a thumbs up in the chat. Y'all are always on low battery.
The portrait thing? Oh, never mind.
So, I don't.
God, they blurred out the whole house.
I don't know. All right, well.
Melanie says, how dare you say something so true? Sintra, 91%, that's pretty good. Not me, 85, 82. You guys got some good battery life right there. Look, 85. Guilty low bat.
I do not know her past.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'm not
I'm
trying
gonna get into it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to.
You know, we give you every right and want you to, do what you have to do.
Service, and then I was trying to see like what, because if Wi-Fi calling isn't enabled, like if Wi-Fi calling's enabled, then I could call it while it's on Wi-Fi. But I was trying to get that screen and I couldn't. So when I went to there should be like I don't know how to get her settings.
And if she would have been able to bail it out a little quicker, or you would have came on with us.
But you're pretty sure this is hers, or this is hers?
That's her phone.
Because you both have your phones?
Yes.
Okay, so this is hers.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, we are, whatever you need, from the beginning.
I'm close to it.
You have a word or not.
Right.
From the beginning, from Mike to now,
Right.
we've been nothing but honest, truthful, and helpful
Yeah.
in every situation.
Like, you can't do Wi-Fi callings, but it's like a certain settings in your phones, but
Well, you said that. Never
I
mind.
couldn't figure out how to get their settings. to see
She's
what's on.
never, ever in her life let
I heard one thing. I thought. I guess we can't really. We have no idea, but I heard one thing that is very suspicious.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
us have any.
Yeah, that's fine. Again, we're not trying to, like, I'm honestly not going to not trying to go through anything.
It sucks that this is happening.
Amy Lee, we're listening to Law and Crime, but we're on the Mystery Project on YouTube. So TikTok, hit that follow button if you're new here. Tap the screen like crazy. Let's get 50,000 likes. We're almost there. And come over to YouTube if you want to watch the video. Even though this body camera footage is all blurred out anyway, so nobody's really watching anything. We're just looking or listening. I mean,
And, but I hope she was smart enough to not have anything stupid.
Well, I appreciate you letting us come in here. Well, following us in here.
We let you in here because you know what my lawyer really said. I don't know if he is right. Do you know Daniel Fernandez?
I mean, I don't know.
He said they don't. You guys aren't in trouble.
Right.
So why are they trying to hold? You can leave and do whatever. You could go frickin' to Tallahassee right now. So, but I said, Mr. Fernandez, we want to help these people.
Yeah.
We don't want to fight with them. We want to work with them. We want you, like I told you, in a car.
You're good.
Now, police said at the time that they initially charged Alyssa Zinger with one teenage boy,
man.
that they believed there were more victims. The state attorney filed additional charges against her earlier this year, bringing the total number of alleged victims in the case to 5.
Oh hell! But the dad said she didn't lose her V card until last year.
In January of this year, Tampa police returned to the Zinger home with another search warrant, this time to take photos of Alyssa Zinger's bedroom. Zinger was there with her parents and said very little.
They have to do their job.
Are you rolling?
It's their job to do. We'll explain everything that's going on in a minute, okay? You'll understand. I know what they want. They want pictures of her room to see the walls and see you say, oh, this is the room she did again, and that's it.
No, it's
Do you have anything on you? Phones, tablets, anything? And I have my.
no weapons or anything like that? No. Okay. No. Perfect. I appreciate
We're
it.
not gonna do something.
Once again, this is, something procedural. If there were, like any additional charges or anything like that, we would have communicated that with your attorney, and your attorney would get in contact with you guys, to make those kind of arrangements. We want everything to be as civil as possible, whenever it comes to executing residential search warrants. That's something that they're not privy to with that information. And that's something that we have to execute in, a capacity of maintaining the integrity of the investigation, okay? So we're not trying to scare you or anything like that, and this morning, like I said, we were talking a moment ago, that is all procedural, trust me. It's a headache for us to put all that together too, whenever we know that it's nothing that's probably gonna be needed. But because historically.
Just a simple call with us, we said, hey.
I know, but they won't let us do that.
You guys might do that. Other people?
Absolutely.
We have those 0.01% times where we think everything is gonna go swimmingly, and unfortunately somebody comes out with, with something violent. So that's why they have us do things a certain way.
The police officer explained to Zinger and her family what they were going to do.
Our crime detection, whenever she gets here, we're gonna go through the house, and we'll take pictures and document and stuff like that. And she'll also get a copy of, or she'll be, she'll get a copy of the search warrant, take pictures and document of too, which I'll go ahead and just kind of review this with you now, okay? So
that is crazy though. Yeah, Susie, you make a good point there, because the dad knew that the kid was young. He literally said that. He was like, yeah, she got wrapped up with this young dude and what? Dad, why are you letting your 21-year-old daughter date or see or because that's what she's in trouble for, is getting a little bit of that action. So like, why are you letting her do that to begin with? I mean, I know she's 21 and she can make her own decisions, obviously, because now she's responsible for those decisions. But you didn't say, hey, don't do that. Apparently she lives at the house too. That's why she's there. You live under my roof. You're going to abide by my rules. No 14-year-old boyfriends. Seems like something you shouldn't even have to say.
It's just so you know that it is something that is valid and signed by a judge, okay?
Yeah, we know that.
So it says, whereas complaint on oath and in writing, supported by affidavit, has been made before me, Judge Thomas Palermo, in Fort Hillsborough County, Florida, by Amanda Baranowski, that would be me, the affiant of the Tampa Police Department, who states, okay, it says that your affiant has reason to believe and does believe certain residents of Alyssa Zinger, which would be you, located in Hillsborough County, Florida, described as follows to wit, the residents of Alyssa Zinger at 1714 West 4 Drive. Is, you know, well, the color, I guess.
They didn't redact that?
Could be debatable as far as what you exactly would want to describe it as, but you know, olive green with brown trim or brown with brown trim.
Y'all hit me with a little bit of that hand heart action.
The residence is located on the south side of West 4 Drive and is facing north. The defendant's parents identified, and the address in the residence is the premise where the defendant occupies, lives, and has access to. And there is now being kept in on said residence certain evidence to wit, okay? And the scope of the search in this is for a device, okay?
Zinger's father did most of the talking, and once inside the home, the video is blurred again. Zinger's father had a question.
Oh, they're looking for something. They're looking for a device, looking for a phone or a tablet or something like that.
For the officers about how they were documenting their work.
The last time you guys did this, we were able to at least have one person come with you. Why is that difficult? Like,
It's technically, this house is ours now. We have a search warrant, it's ours.
but
So
we did do this, she signed.
if she wants to allow that, it's up to her. This is her case, she's the case
The
agent.
main thing is, like, as long as you're all together with the camera, you know, that's.
I can tell you we're not gonna be tearing the house apart.
No, but what I'm saying is, I just want it on camera what you're doing.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Just for our, like, not 3 in this room, 2 in that room, 5, you know, we're doing this and that. You go together, you do whatever you gotta do, give you 100%, you know, you're gonna do it anyway, but you have our, you have our.
You know, I can't guarantee that that's the way it's gonna be. Like, we don't normally record, you know, every single motion. We have the body camera here, obviously, he's gonna record what he can, but we're also not gonna be here till 3 in the morning because we have to let one person record everything we're doing. You know what I mean? So there's gonna be a compromise there, but I mean, next time I ask that you guys maybe tidy up a little bit more and maybe get rid of some of the clutter. I'm joking. The house is the most uncluttered house I've ever seen in my life.
Well, where'd you see
There's nothing in this house. There's not a picture up on the wall. There's not like a set of keys on it. Like, I mean, there's nothing.
I know, we try to keep it.
We got a model home.
At one point, Alyssa Zinger's father becomes emotional. He tells the officers that what's happened with his daughter's arrest has actually brought her closer to them.
And I can say one good thing that's come out of this.
What the hell?
We got our family home, you know? We finally got our daughter back where she plays with us, watches TV. She hangs up with us now. But
she's on house arrest, probably.
How dare you?
Yo, this has made my daughter just stay home. She's got this really nifty bracelet. It's like an anklet that stays on. It looks like a damn iPhone. And she just stays in with us. We're spending so much money on Uber Eats and DoorDash. And it's just been great to catch up on all these movies. What the fuck? I don't know if she was on house arrest, but that's just a funny way of saying that.
she won't have a phone ever again. When they came in
She won't have a phone ever again?
to look for that phone, there was an iPad and a phone on the table. I looked at it, and she goes, "Is that the phone?" I said, "I do believe so." I say, "This is her phone here." Ha ha ha. No. I handed her the phone and said, "I do believe it." And I even said, if you watch the body cam, I said, "What model is this?" I'm not sure. I got like a freaking 8, you know? So it's the phone, and that's that. Now, I wasn't trying to be manipulative. And anyway, in fact,
The dad was like, is that her phone? Oh, phone? What phone? There's a phone somewhere? Where the hell did that go? Oh, it's right here. Make a joke and I threw my little mouse pad, y'all. Phone? We use this thing right here. It's a landline.
tell me this. If someone's trying to hide something, the phone was dead. I said, "You want to take your phone and leave?" Which I could have said if I was not trying to work with you people. But what did I say? I bet you watched the cam. I said, ma'am, there's a charger right there. Go ahead and charge the phone.
So like I said,
I'm just telling you.
making a statement that the phone.
I just want to let you know we're being transparent.
As police continue their search of the house, Alyssa Zinger becomes concerned that photos might be posted online.
Are they gonna like post these pictures somewhere?
Man, you sound crazy as hell. You should have been worried that the videos and the stuff that you were posting of yourself online, because that's what got you into this whole thing.
How dare you?
They don't post your pictures. This is for their investigation.
Okay, well,
There's nothing to be anybody.
That's a crazy thing to say.
that's my stuff, yeah.
Are these gonna be posted
They
online?
just got to do their job. They got to take pictures of what they need to do. And I think you guys should leave.
I can't. Wow.
I can't. I mean, it's like, well, what do you think? Should you?
They surrounded the whole car, like I literally can't even.
I don't think they meant it like that.
There's 5 cars, and how do I back out? Yeah, I can't even go to the hot tub. Like, right backward. Closed.
Did they hear it collapse? They all.
What, in her bedroom they do that? They
They're
do
all
that?
broken, and that's heavy.
I think their main focus is her.
Gonna collapse.
Kristen, thank you for subscribing.
Yeah, they hear about my road, not that.
That's what they're worried about.
Yeah.
Hey, they're doing their job. So they're going to do their job. Bless you.
So Alyssa Zinger's father told her and her mother they should leave, but they didn't think they could because they were blocked in by cruisers. At one point, Alyssa Zinger seems annoyed that police didn't call before showing up, and that so many officers showed up to execute the warrant.
They're acting like I'm a murderer.
They got to protect. Hey, they don't know who here.
She said they're acting like I'm. Man, you crazy as hell.
They got to protect themselves. This is a crazy world. People are mental. They got issues. There's men probably out there
You're talking to one of them.
that would do something stupid. You know what I mean? They got to protect themselves. You know what I mean? There's a lot of crazy people out there. So, and a lot of people don't like police. You know? But that's not us. Like I said, we back you guys 100%. That's for sure. We have friends, and
Yeah, you're friends with a lot of police, but.
I have a lot of friends that are police, and we firefighters, and we need you.
About 10 minutes later, the Zingers discussed again how they wish they had had a heads up about the warrant being executed.
This isn't a ripping your house apart, destroy your homes, destroy your windows, and flashbangs and things. I just wish they
What is he talking about?
called us and said, hey, or called our attorney and said, hey, we'd like to, okay, come on in.
At times, Alyssa Zinger and her mom appeared frustrated by how long the search was taking. Alyssa Zinger would look inside the house, but eventually she leaves. Zinger has actually been in the Hillsborough County Jail since April, after additional charges were filed and a judge said she will stay in jail until her trial. The 13-year-old boy told police last year, through their relationship, they engaged each other approximately 30 times. Activity was the most apparent thing for her. It was known by everyone that that was what she wanted. The first time they had sex, he wasn't expecting it to happen so quickly, but after it
Man, you are crazy. So that dad said, she's been this since, she hasn't done this before till last year.
was a pretty normal occurrence. The 13-year-old boy also described how Zinger behaved at times. She gets aggressive when she is upset and has tried to get physical with him in the past. She will throw things, try to fight him, etc. She doesn't really think before she does something. She also has a crazy ego when she is mad. She talks like she is invincible and no one can stop her. The defendant thinks she has all of the power in the world and threatened to have him
Shocker.
jumped by high schoolers. When he threatened to break up with her, there will be instant texting, crying, screaming that she hates him, etc. After she will be apologizing to him, she is all over the place and never in control. The relationship was stressful. It was ruining his grades, making his life hard, etc. He couldn't escape it. She was always trying to talk to someone and has dated 4 kids at his school to try and make him mad. She always tries to be in everyone's business,
Oh, hell.
especially his. The teenage boy also told police about Zinger possibly having mental health issues. Regarding the mental health stuff mentioned with her family, he stated that when the defendant leaked the video of him, he learned that immediately after, they took her to a mental hospital to have an exam. He feels she definitely has something going on. The defendant and her parents told him this. She told him that it was his fault that she was there. He and the defendant got physical when he saw her take the video of his phone. Zinger has pleaded not guilty to the charges. Her trial date has not yet been set.
I know that's me on the videos, and I sent the videos of me, but I'm not guilty.
But she'll be back in court next month.
Oh, hell, that's it too, man. These people are crazy. I don't know. I have no idea anymore. This is just ridiculous. TikTok, or where's TikTok? YouTube. I love you guys. I'm out of here. Y'all be safe. If you like the new format, leave a comment. Let me know when this video ends. I like this. This aesthetically pleases me. But y'all, leave a comment, like the video, thumbs up. Did we get 100 likes, y'all? Did we get 100 likes? Were we close? We're at 91. Y'all hit the like button. Subscribe for more. And I'll see y'all tomorrow night.